Right now, thousands of graduate workers are on strike. We've been on strike since Monday, March 15th. We're asking for better benefits, higher wages, fair recourse against harassment in the workplace, and recognition of the crucial role we play in making this university's teaching and research work.
A lot of us make, after taxes, below 30K, which is definitely not enough to afford year-round rent in New York City.
Columbia has repeatedly said at the bargaining table that they are supposedly broke, that they don't have any money for wages, that they don't have any money for dental care, that they don't have any money for an emergency health care fund, for parental benefits, for child benefits. And yet this university's endowment grew by over $300 million this summer.
I have a colleague, or a few colleagues, who have, kids, they're in grad school. They used to be a two-income household because their spouse was employed and their spouses lost their jobs due to COVID, and now they're living on, we make like 30K a year with 2 kids. And then on top of that, the university is threatening to dock their pay. It's just not a tenable situation.
We've had to work in harder conditions and more for teaching, and if folks are doing research in labs, they've had to go in without proper PPE at the beginning of the pandemic.
The fact that we are not adequately paid means that we're spending a lot of time thinking about how are we going to make ends meet, right? So this means for graduate workers in academic fields, oftentimes making lots of different smaller grant applications, which take up a lot of time and are not guaranteed to actually fund you. Trying to get a K here, 2K here, just to be able to make rent over the summer, when in fact I should be putting that time towards my own studies, towards my dissertation, and towards the preparation I have to do to be able to teach my students.
Columbia, I think, likes people to have the impression that every course at this university is taught and made happen by an august, tenured professor who's been working here for 40 years and wears a tweed jacket. But in reality, this university does not work without graduate students. Acknowledging our union is acknowledging that, and that's what we want to make happen.
We're asking for, when there are instances of sexual misconduct and assault, that there is an independent organization that can arbitrate for us. We don't want to go to the administration to bring these claims. We want somebody separate from the administration to hear these claims.
And in fact, I think there's a petition, a faculty letter that has like 200 or something signatures because they support it. They don't want to be in between the university, their colleagues, and us on these issues. It's better for everyone if there is someone neutral on the other side.
Columbia, throughout this strike, has tried to drive wedges between graduate workers and our students and imply that going on strike means that we don't care about the work of teaching, that we don't care about the work of research.
We are at an $11 billion institution. The president of this institution is getting paid $4.6 million in salary, and majority of us who make the work of this university possible, who enable its mission, are not able to afford rent.
We're going on this strike because our working conditions are our students' learning conditions. Anytime we become more secure, better paid, more able to do our jobs, instruction gets better for Columbia students, their experience is better too.